like wrestling.
Hey everyone, welcome to the We Like Wrestling podcast. I'm Jared. I'm here with the whole gang.
You
Justin,
want to take two on that? You kind of stumbled over your words.
I'm good.
No, okay, we're gonna keep rolling.
All right.
Justin's here.
Hey,
We're
Joe.
live, pal.
yo,
John.
Hey, everybody.
So it's February, which is known to be Black History Month.
I thought you were gonna say cold.
In America, anyway.
Not today, was it? Cold?
Today it was 50.
Today was nice.
So we're going to be talking about
How Tony Khan doesn't hire black wrestlers.
how he doesn't
This
push
is true.
them. Meanwhile,
No, that's not true.
No, I know.
I'm joking.
I know. Meanwhile,
Malachi Black is getting
fucking.
pushed.
Oh god.
No, no, that's no. Okay.
So we'll be talking about some, the black champions in professional wrestling.
And,
Black history.
and the greatest black wrestler. Well, no, he was a champion. That's right. He was a champion. The greatest of all time, Virgil.
Yeah, he was $1 million champion.
$1 million champion.
He invented wrestling.
We're going to be talking about world
Him and his
champions.
meat sauce.
Meat sauce.
Um,
Him and Sean main evented Madison Square Garden.
so
Main events, what'd you go for?
WWE, the earliest they recognize is Ron Simmons.
Well, that's not WWE though.
No,
That's
It's WCW, but that's the earliest they recognize as a black world
that's the
champion.
first black champion. But WWE's first black is The Rock.
Yes.
But as a champion, not a world champion, we talk about
What?
Rocky Johnson.
No,
and-
no. Rocky Johnson and
Yeah,
Where
they
they
weren't
weren't
world
world
champions.
champions.
They weren't world champs.
So we're just
Tag team.
discussing
World.
World champ,
champions.
world or
Okay.
heavyweight
Okay, that's
or
fine.
universal. So yeah,
The main title holder in the company.
Yeah.
So there have been.
yeah. Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas were the first.
Has
black
ECW
champions.
ever had a black champion?
Well,
New Jack was not.
If
black.
New Jack stabs you and steals it, does that count?
New Jack was not a champion.
I don't
I
think
said
so.
New Jack was not black. I meant New Jack is not a champion. Although also, he was just a race in his own.
I mean, I don't know. It was like Dreamer, Sandman, Raven, Just Incredible,
RVD,
Carino.
Shane
Taz, Bam
Douglas.
Bam, RVD,
Yeah, is Taz, I don't even know. Is Taz?
Ezekiel Jackson.
Sabu. Oh,
I'm not.
Jeez.
God damn it, Ezekiel.
He's gonna throw something at you. Wait, I'm gonna move before you throw that bottle.
So
And
I mean,
also Mark
technically-
Henry would be in there too.
Technically, yes, WWE's ECW.
No, those are not what I mean.
so
But has
in
TNA ever had a black champion besides Bobby Lashley?
Booker T.
Our truth.
Booker T was
Moose
not
currently-
TNA's world
Ron
champion.
I
Killings.
thought he was.
Ron Killings was NWA champion. Technically TNA, but
Moose.
Moose.
Moose. That's right.
Well,
Well,
Booker T
he's
had
not a
the
TNA
legends.
champion either. He's an Impact champion. So, besides Bobby Lashley, was Bobby Lashley TNA or was he Impact also?
Might have been transition.
Because he was there with Angle and that, so it would have been
Who?
Lashley.
No, Lashley came later.
The end of
Maybe the end of Angle. but-
Angle, and then
It was Lashley and Drew were an Impact together.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That was like that might be.
But I
Impact.
think Lashley debuted, but as they were
I don't
gone.
know.
I don't know. I don't know the timeline.
TNA ever have a black world champion?
Male or female, did they?
I don't know.
Jacqueline was there and Jazz.
I
They
don't
ever
think
had
she
it.
ever held the belt.
The only person I can think of was Booker T.
What about
Booker
Rocker
T was never a
Khan?
world champion there.
He was a legend.
Legends.
Yeah, he was a Legends champion, and man, he was a great Legends champion. I'm serious. He was hilarious.
I mean,
He made me. I never liked Booker T until TNA.
Awesome call.
awesome.
Oh, Awesome
for
Kong
the
would have been
girls. Yeah.
women's. Yeah,
I
but
did.
like I'm trying to go through.
Rocker
like,
Khan, the one that Kurt was dating. Did she ever have the
Who's-
belt?
Who?
Rocker Khan.
Who?
She was in TNA.
Kurt was dating her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
He likes gutter sluts.
Who is this person?
All right, this show's off the rails already.
Oh, is this Shelton? Not Shelton. Who was?
Shelton's mama.
No,
She was black.
Charmel, Booker's.
No, no.
Was she
Shelton-
part of the cabinet?
No. Hold on. You're derailing me. I was trying to make a joke.
This whole show's derailed.
Jason Jordan. Is that-
Jason
is
Jordan's
that-
mama.
is that Jason Jordan's
Yes. Yeah.
Rich Swan.
Oh, Rich Swann.
Oh, but no,
But he's
he's
Impact.
Impact.
Impact. Yeah.
No.
TNA
So
was
no TNA.
Wow.
that's AJ
So
Samoa,
So let's just put this out there. Jeff Jarrett's racist. No.
Wow. Jeff Jarrett, Kurt
Jeff Jarrett
Angle
is one of my favorite podcasts, so I'm not going to say that.
I'm just like champions I can think of off the top of my head. Eric Young, James Storm.
Eric Young was world champion.
Was Kurt Angle the transition from NWA,
NWA to TNA, yes.
So I think
Sting
it
had
goes.
it. Jeff Hardy had it.
I think it goes in order then.
Kennedy had it.
No, this doesn't go in order.
Anderson.
Angle, AJ, Samoa Joe,
That makes sense.
Bobby Roode,
Okay.
Austin Aries,
The belt collector.
Lashley.
Bobby Roode did not win the belt off of Joe.
It's not in order.
Oh, okay.
No. They're alphabetical.
Oh,
order. It
because
looks like
it would have been AJ. So there's not like, okay, AJ's not going to
No,
they're
it-
counting
it-
AJ
it-
once,
it
not
wouldn't-
AJ.
Yeah, right.
It's not even
times.
alphabetical order because
Yeah.
Aries is down.
No, it's right. It's in order. But what it is when people win them again, they're not putting them back in. So like AJ should have been before Bobby Roode, but he's already on there because he won the belt multiple times.
Like if Kurt loses to AJ and AJ gets it back from Kurt,
they're
they're
not
counting
going
that
to
as
put
one each.
Angle.
They're
They're not going to put
not
AJ again.
going to put Kurt, AJ.
So Kurt, AJ, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, Lashley, Chris Sabin, Abyss, James Storm, Jeff Hardy, Magnus.
Now we're at Impact. It says Impact World Championships. Is that when it switched over?
Jeff Hardy was TNA though.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy was definitely TNA champion. Did you mention Kennedy?
Mr. Anderson?
Not yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Sorry, Anderson.
So
but
Jeff,
he was TNA.
Jeff Hardy, Magnus, Eddie Edwards.
Eddie Edwards was world champion.
Yeah.
When? Good for him.
Very
Lashley
Oh, I do
Moose.
remember that. Isn't that when he got his face smashed in for the world title?
Maybe.
Sammy Callahan
But yeah,
broke his
it was an accident, but yeah.
EC3, Sting, Matt Hardy.
Sting wasn't Impact. Sting was TNA.
Yeah, this isn't in order. Sting was definitely TNA.
I have TNA Wrestling Champion, but
Yeah.
then somewhere it says Impact.
I think they're combining.
Frankie Kazarian, Eli Drake, Bully Ray.
Kaz was world champion? Eli Drake was, yeah. So,
Bully
Yeah,
Ray,
where's Ron Killings?
Rich Swan.
TNA. He's NWA.
Yeah. Rich Swan, RVD, Johnny Impact, Christopher Daniels, and Tessa Blanchard. No
Oh, yeah, I
Anderson.
forgot about that. Bullshit. No, Anderson won it.
That list
He
isn't.
beat Hardy for it. He definitely did. So that list is not correct.
It's also not in order because it was Sting, then Jeff Hardy, and Sting got it off Jeff Hardy. Wow,
Yeah.
he won a couple times
yeah,
too.
yeah.
So in
So
the
TNA
history,
TNA was not a very diverse crowd.
Well, when your owner's name is Dixie.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow, that just got quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Jeez. No one wanted to touch that joke.
No,
Okay.
no.
in
Nope.
in the
All right.
history of professional wrestling, there has been 30 black world champions.
In the history of wrestling, according to WWE.
No, according to whatever website this is.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you. Yeah.
So the earliest they have is Bearcat Wright.
Who Keith Lee was
supposed
supposedly
to be.
got
Like I
his
said, what,
new
that wasn't
name
WWE
from.
though. Where was that?
WWA. That was in 63.
What
I
the
don't
hell's
know what
WWA?
WWA.
Did they say what
World
that
Wrestling
stands for?
All Stars. I don't
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
they're
World
like
Wrestling
over-
Association.
Overseas.
World Wrestling Association.
I don't
No,
know
World
that.
Wrestling All
So-
Stars is in Australia.
World-
There's a WWE.
so-
WWA.
WWA is World Wrestling Association, and it was a breakaway from NWA.
Sure it is.
Bobo Brazil,
Bobo,
Yeah.
Japan.
Who I've heard of.
WWA again in 66. Sailor Art Thomas,
Never heard.
I've heard of
WWA.
him.
Never ever.
1972.
That's before I was even born.
That one, he won in the
Ooh, that's
Hall of
Ernie.
Fame
That's
one,
Ernie
yeah.
Ladd, right?
Ernie Ladd,
Yeah, I can see that
Yeah.
from here.
Big
You're stealing
Cat.
money Monday.
1980.
I actually have watched
Big Cat
some
Ernie
of it.
Ladd.
I like him. I think he was actually too early for his time. I think he would have been great in the Hogan era.
He's a big guy. He was
had
tall,
a
muscular.
great personality. But he probably would have been the JYD, and he would have, been their funny black guy.
Yeah, he would have never been a champ.
But he could have been. He was good. I've the stuff that I've gone back and watched, man. And he could have been a heel too. He could have been a heel to Hogan in that era.
Monster,
I don't know what
Monster of the Month or
yeah,
whatever.
I don't know what year he retired, but man, that's a missed opportunity.
I don't think he was ever in WWE.
No, I think he was.
Was he in like WWF, the early?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was in WWF.
That he went to WWE.
He was WWE during the 60s and 70s.
But that's still before the Vince.
So
era.
that's Vince Senior.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's before
And
the
that's like-
McMahon era.
I think he was there.
God damn it!
Do you want to do another take?
No, it's before.
Vince
It's for
Junior.
Kennedy. You don't
Yeah.
call him Junior.
Yeah, Yeah,
Kennedy.
the old man is Vince Senior, but you
Yeah.
don't call him Vince Junior. It's
Yeah.
weird.
He's Kennedy.
Well, I think he was there in the 80s too, but he was more of a commentator. He would,
Calypso Jim,
Never heard of him.
Don't know.
1987,
In what company?
WWA.
That's my lifetime because I was 10, but I have no idea who that is.
Iceman King Parsons,
I have
I've
heard of him.
Iceman.
He's that's a Memphis guy, right?
WCCW,
Oh,
1988.
Texas.
That's Von Erichs.
That's Von Erichs.
World
I think he was in. I think he was in
Championship
Memphis
wrestling.
too.
Is that the same Iceman that was in WCW? Or that's a different Ice? Oh, that was Ice Train.
It's Ice Train.
Okay, sorry.
Different.
That was
different ice.
That was a
man.
short, stocky white guy. Yeah, sorry.
No, Ice
no,
Train.
no, it was a black.
Oh,
guy.
the other guy, his partner was the white guy, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
that
yeah.
was
That was,
Scott. That was Scott
Scott
Norton.
Norton.
Yeah. See?
They were fire and ice.
Fire and Ice.
I
that's
only
right.
know one Iceman.
Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
He's not black.
Real quick, I
Not
always
Glacier?
forget to do this in the beginning.
What?
Thank you to IwEP
So
Network.
you do it at the end.
Yeah.
I'll do it now.
Okay.
Before we get
In
into the ones.
middle of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I just wanted to run through the early
This
ones.
whole
There's
show
no
is off the
rules.
rails.
You're on a roll.
Fuck
yo.
it.
We're just going
Fuck it.
whatever.
Before we get into the ones that we know,
I'm not even
everybody knows.
high.
We're off script.
I wish I was high. Thank you to IwEP Network for allowing us to be a partner of the network. If you like podcasts, they have a ton of different ones that you would probably enjoy. Truth Behind Illusions is anything extraterrestrial, fiction, horror, all that, aliens, zombies, whatever,
You can just sum it up by saying sci-fi.
sci-fi.
Yeah.
Not Cool in High School. Talk about 90s vintage collectibles.
Dunkaroos. I don't know. That's the first thing I think of. I don't know.
Rugrats, cartoons.
Rugrats are making a comeback.
Bang and Beers podcast.
That wasn't my high school, but okay.
They drink local beer or foreign beer that not many people know of. They drink it, they review it. Tornado Tag podcast and We Like Wrestling podcast for your wrestling.
Fix.
Yeah.
Interviews with everyday people.
And that is
literally that.
yeah, getting some local shop owners or people off the streets wanting
I
interviews.
mean, not off the streets.
No, but
He doesn't go outside and just go, you want to talk?
no.
Falls around with a mic.
Oh, actually, though, that's a funny show. You ever watch Billy on the Street?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Mm.
I would do that. You never watched it? Go check it out on YouTube. I'm sure there's YouTube. It
Okay.
might have been on Netflix, too. It's fucking hilarious. He does. He literally just goes up to people on the street.
Just ask random questions or like shit they
Yes,
should know.
Actually,
Like,
exactly. Yes. Random questions
Wow.
like, is Seth Rogen hot? And if you answer yes or no, he just goes, that's correct. Here's $1. Yeah.
IwEP Network is great. Anthony Blackwell is a great guy. If you have any questions about podcasting or anything like that, reach out to him. He's helped us with a lot of stuff. We appreciate that. And again, we appreciate being a part of the network that's growing rapidly.
Now on to Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, go ahead. Let Justin handle this. WCW is his thing.
No, that's fine. I'm good. Go for it.
So Ron Simmons, WCW 1992.
The only WCW champion to win at a house show.
And
And he
they're
was a
only
subject-
black champion.
Booker T.
Oh yeah, later Booker
yeah.
T. Yeah.
And he was a substitute because it was supposed to be a different match.
Barry Windham?
Does it
Sting?
say in there who he replaced?
Sting?
Yeah, I believe it was Sting.
No,
No. Dustin?
it doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
It says considered the first major African American world
So,
champion.
When you
Well,
hear
because-
first black
The
world
rest are all
champion in
like
wrestling,
70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So
Ron Simmons is the first one that WWE acknowledges and
he's
wrestling
the first
acknowledges. Yeah.
TV champ.
Well,
The first champ you'd see on TV because the rest are all 70s,
but
80s.
WCW was not nationwide.
No, but it was still. I mean,
And it is a big deal. I mean, wrestling up until that point was
And he beat Vader, who was a very dominant champion.
it was
Right.
who
But
never
He
lost.
beat him on a house show.
he defended against Vader, Cactus Jack, Bobby Eaton, and Dr. Death.
He defended against more than that.
Well,
it
it
when did
says-
he wrestle Cactus Jack?
well,
Because
Just
from what I remember, Cactus Jack was supposed to wrestle him, but he didn't. And that's when Cactus Jack got Barbarian ready to wrestle him. That is it's Halloween Havoc 92. It's the push-ups with the cinder blocks on the back, and he breaks this. Come on, guys. We talked about this.
Who did Ron lose it to? Did he lose
Roode?
did he lose back to Vader?
No, I think it would have been Roode. Roode was the next champ, and Roode was the significant champ for the next year.
Did Simmons defend it against Vader on TV?
Not TV,
But pay-per-view. Yeah,
Yes.
okay, because it says Great American Bash 92.
Yes.
Well, I think they had Saturday night back then, didn't they? They didn't have Nitro yet.
No, not Nitro yet. But
Saturday
I don't
night?
know if they had Saturday night yet.
That was like an hour show on
I think they
Saturdays.
still had Saturday night back then.
It's
And
going
it
to be
was
close.
That was like house show matches that they just taped anyway.
And then
Saturday
you had
night.
and then you had your clashes that were on
Clashes
TV.
were on TV. They were
I think
free
Saturday
TV.
night was like WWE Superstars.
Yeah.
It was just taped.
Saturday would hype up
Mhm.
those and
Clash,
all that,
yeah. I remember seeing that. I was at the house show. I remember seeing the clip of he beat him with a power slam. He beat Vader with a power slam.
He held the belt for 150 days.
Ron?
Yeah.
That's good.
And then I think when he lost it, he never sniffed it again.
No,
Well,
I
yeah.
think he did get around it, but he never. I mean, but he left soon after there to go to WWE
With a blue helmet.
with a blue fucking helmet.
From
And then,
Assad.
and then we decided you are never getting near this belt again. You ain't getting near our belt.
Mm-mm.
You're gonna wear a helmet, and then you're gonna get a group because he went from that for
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
Nation, right? I don't
Yeah.
think that was a transition. Then you're gonna become partners with a redneck asshole,
Who's probably racist.
probably racist.
And the bully.
And then you're just gonna show up on TV and say "damn," and they're
Then
gonna
you
give you a
become
check.
a joke.
Yeah,
Never.
great career.
And you
Great
would think
WWE career.
how that thing, it writes itself. Let Ron Simmons or Farouk, he's your main guy, and he has guys you have to run through to get to him.
Ron Simmons or Farouk, whatever, versus Rock when Rock had the belt. Just give us like 1 or 2 months. Does Rock always have to face Austin or
Triple H.
Triple H, yeah. Give us 2 months of we're both football stars from Miami, right? They both played for Hurricanes, I believe.
No, Ron played for Florida State.
Oh, okay. So they're
Seminoles.
both from Florida. Okay, I knew they were both from Florida. I thought Ron was Miami, but
Rock is Miami.
yeah. So that's right because Ron Simmons throws up the U. Yeah.
And Ron had a great look to him too. So it's not like, he was just a slim.
Yeah.
He had the look.
And you could
of-
let him. He could have said, "I made you Rock. I took you into my group.
well,
No
that's
one knew
what I
who
was
you
just gonna
were."
say too, yeah.
Mhm.
And then let Ron have the belt. Like I said, then Rock has to beat Henry. He has to beat D'Lo. He's got that's been done a million times. There's a
Yeah.
classic heel.
It makes the nation look like a better group. Yeah.
That makes him
He
look.
did have
Flair did.
one title match in WWE, I think. There's only one. He faced Taker at I don't know.
Oh, like in your house or
In
something.
your
Yeah.
house. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the old classic horseman thing.
Yeah, let
Flair
him,
had the belt. All right, well, you want
gotta
me?
be
You got to
you, you
be
gotta be
Arn.
you.
You got to be this
Yeah.
guy.
and then, but it makes you want to buy the pay-per-view. Like, I can't wait to see Rock his hands on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's been running for 6 months, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
number 2 on the list of people that
That's who we were
other
just
people
talking
know.
about.
Yeah. The Rock.
That's WWE's
worst.
first.
The worst.
They've been around
First and the worst.
for how long? If you count Capital Wrestling, then WWF, and 1998 is their first.
There's a
black champ.
lot of people that don't even consider The Rock their first black champion because
Just
of he's
think about
half Samoan.
That's not fair.
100 years
That's
of
not fair.
wrestling, and 1998 your first black champ.
He defeated
Yeah.
Mankind.
Yeah,
1990.
we had like
Not really.
It was vacant, but he defeated Mankind
he-
for it.
the
yeah.
finals. Yeah,
Yeah, it was the best tournament of all time.
But
that's
you know
Deadly
what, though?
Games, isn't it? Yeah.
The Rock went from being this guy that nobody cared about,
No, people cared about him.
this baby face.
Pineapple
he's,
Head.
He's Maiavia's
You're
dad.
blurring the
or son,
line.
but-
He didn't go from die Rocky die right to the belt. There's like 2 years in between there.
He was
No,
in the
he had
nation for a little
Intercontinental.
while.
Yeah.
He was in the nation.
He had Intercontinental, but he still became that heel that everybody.
I think he showed. So here's how I think they viewed it, and this is just my opinion. I think he showed that he could be aggressive with Ken Shamrock for the IC belt.
Mhm.
He showed that he can work when he was doing the ladder match with Triple H, and then that's when they were like, okay, so this guy can do things. Let's put him in there with a guy like Mankind who's lovable. So if we got to get him over as a heel, this is how you fucking do it.
And Mankind helped Triple H. Fully.
I will
but
tell you that. Yes, No, Mankind.
Well,
I mean,
Cactus Jack, whatever. But
the 3 years of Triple H becoming a big deal all happened around Mankind
yeah.
because it started with that the King of the Ring, right? He busted the crown and he beats Mankind. Then they go to SummerSlam in the cage match. Am I wrong? Did he not bust the crown on Foley's head?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. And then they go to SummerSlam.
Is that the retirement match?
No.
The cage?
No.
Oh.
We're way before that.
Oh,
We're way
yeah.
before that. We're talking. This is Hunter Hurst Helmsley. He busts
Curtsy.
that crowd. He busts that crown before he's in DX. That's Hunter Hurst Helmsley.
Okay.
Then we go to SummerSlam with the cage match. Is it SummerSlam? Yeah, it's SummerSlam. And they do the cage, and that's where he rips open the shirt. He shows the dude love heart. He does the fucking. Does he do an elbow or he does the splash? Whatever. It's the oh my god, this is
Tribute to
Mrs.
Jenny.
Foley's baby boy
Yeah.
coming back to Madison Square Garden bullshit. And then eventually we do get to the Royal Rumble,
2000.
fucking fire, 2x4 barbed wire bullshit.
That was one of Foley's favorite matches too.
It's so
He
good.
He helped Hunter get over as that main heel.
I said that. I've said it before. Like everyone goes, oh, the Attitude Era. I loved Austin Rock, but Foley and Triple H
Foley and every one of them.
and all
Rock,
those guys.
Austin, Triple H, Undertaker.
Those
They
five.
all, some of someone out there's Mount Rushmore of the Attitude Era all made their name through Foley. Not saying that Undertaker wouldn't be Undertaker without Foley or whatever, but they all made a name wrestling Foley for something at some point. You know,
Yeah.
But those other guys all get forgotten. Everyone
and
thinks
everybody. Sorry, but
Yeah.
everybody. When you think of Undertaker and Foley, what do you think of?
him throwing him off the cage. off the
Nope.
cell.
Nope.
I
Boiler
remember-
Room Brawl?
Years before, exactly. Boiler Room Brawl. The attack on the outside. The
Paul Bearer switching.
yeah, exactly.
Paul Bearer turned on
switch.
Taker.
Yeah. It was a long build. So when you finally got to that cell, that's like 3 years in the making. Like that build was there.
Well, and then even your favorite guy, Sean,
Mind
he showed
games.
he could be aggressive wrestling Foley in that mind games.
Mind
match.
games. Yep. Shawn Michaels. So the only person that probably didn't have a good match with Foley is Brett.
Wow.
Just saying.
Uh,
I don't remember Brett ever having a match with Foley.
And that was Ric Flair's book where he said, "What Mick Foley nothing but a crash test dummy or whatever."
Yeah.
He was a
I'm
glorified
sorry.
That's
stunt
what
man.
everybody looked at him.
I'm
as,
sorry,
yeah.
but Ric Flair is a one-trick pony. Oh, you're fucking hit me in the corner and I take 4 steps out and do a face bump. That's a real fucking classic move.
Or the turnbuckle flip, walk the apron, get
Yeah.
on the other turnbuckle.
yeah.
or get clotheslined.
or swing his
Yeah,
stick around.
I'll tell you this: if Brett has a better turnbuckle spot, I love the sternum.
The
spot.
chest.
No,
yeah.
straight right into
sternum
it.
shot. That's better than Flair's
By the way,
fucking up and over.
CM Punk has been recreating these moments in his matches. If you haven't noticed,
I have not.
the one pay per view he did the Brett, is it the buckle roll up thing?
Oh, the Owen finish.
Owen, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
A
recently
victory roll.
Yeah.
Recently, he did the something with Brett on the outside.
The figure 4 around the post.
Oh,
No,
I
it
do
was-
love that. Actually, that's a really cool move.
No,
Well, he's been doing the Macho Man elbow for years.
Well, yeah, but he's been throwing those little like.
Mm.
I think that's cool. too.
He's a fan like we are. He's a fan.
Booker T, WCW.
And
2000.
WWE.
So that's
He's the
8
first-
years.
So he would be the first black champion to hold both WWE and WCW.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
they consider Rock? Did Rock ever technically hold the WCW belt
Didn't he take it from Booker?
in that?
No, see,
Yeah,
I
because
don't
Jericho
consider
beat
what,
Austin for WWE and he beat Rock for WCW.
Let's just consider
When
it
he unified
as
it.
but
in company.
I was going to say if
Yeah.
you consider in company,
Yeah.
no, because
Booker
I
T is-
consider when they were separate companies, then yeah,
Yeah. So Booker T.
Booker T
Good.
would be the first.
Might be the only
I
one.
really didn't appreciate Booker T until TNA, which is weird. I don't know.
I like King Booker. I thought
I did not. I fucking hated it, but I was supposed to hate it, so that's fine. But
All hail King Booker.
I hated it.
You didn't like him in Austin
Nope.
playing in the grocery store?
Nope, I thought- Nope.
Price
I thought-
check on Wild
'cause remember,
Jackass.
I was a WCW fan, but to me, WCW died in like '98.
Yeah.
So like Booker T wasn't the Booker T that he was when he came to WWE. He was a tag team guy. So when I see Austin feuding with this fucking tag team guy, Why the fuck do I care? Yeah, he should be beating the fuck out of him in a grocery store.
Booker T beat Double J at Bash at the Beach.
Yes.
That was the one with Hogan.
Yeah. And so Hogan came out. He wanted to play his creative control. And so he said, no, I'm going to pin Jeff. And then they did it like halfway through the show. Vince Russo comes out, cuts the promo. Hogan says, that's the reason that this company's in the shitter because of shit like that, bullshit. And it's like, okay, you swore, go. You got your shit out. Go. Now let us do what we actually want to do and put Booker T over Jeff at the end of the night.
And
But let's not forget that Booker T was also in that shitty things on a pole match or whatever, where like you pull down the fucking Scott Hall
Picture.
Yeah, a portrait
Minor
of Scott
glove.
Hall. And like, didn't the contract fell out of the?
Yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
TNA. That was TNA.
well, that's a
Same
feast or
thing.
fired.
Yeah, that's the Feast or Fire. The contract fell out, but you still had to go up and get the clipboard.
Booker T was the last WCW champ.
Yes,
Yes.
beat
'Cause he
Scott
beat Steiner
Steiner
on the
on
very
last.
last-
Yes.
Very last Nitro.
So that was his fifth and final.
So I would say Booker T is probably the greatest black champion of all time.
I can't remember who he beat for his 5 runs, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
I can't remember who he beat for his 5 title runs other than Steiner. Was his first one with Jeff Jarrett?
I'm sure it's like Steiner. He probably won it from Vacant because in 2000,
They reset.
yeah, they just literally like Vacant every time. Oh, you're champion now. We're gonna strip it from you.
Because I can't remember who was around back then. He didn't.
I mean, they gave it to Benoit, and Benoit literally said, "No, I'm leaving." Yeah, but we're gonna put the belt on you. I'm leaving tomorrow. yeah,
Yeah.
but it's whatever.
my contract expires at midnight tonight. Like
Yeah.
I am literally,
I'm going to WWE.
and they
Was he literally won the belt?
He handed
Somebody
to
went
him.
in the ring,
Yeah.
walked back. Here you
and then
go.
Gorilla he handed to him like,
Yeah. I'm done. Like, I don't know why you did this.
You guys are dumb.
And
This
he
is why
beat
I'm leaving.
Sid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That was
And then
the
I think-
match where Sid broke his leg, right?
no, that was
No.
against. That was a 3-way. That was Steiner and somebody else. Maybe.
And then on Nitro, I think they just had like a tournament or they're like a battle royal or something,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
dumb.
Booker T might have won it that way.
This
because
is
of one of
why
his
I don't
times.
watch WCW after '98. That's when Warrior comes
He
in.
was GI Bro.
Also, Booker had that best of 7 with Benoit for the US.
Yeah.
In
He
WCW.
also actually
That was
he had some
WWE.
good matches.
He
with,
did it. They did WCW first, then WWE.
really?
Yeah.
He had some good matches with Rick Martel. I know that sounds weird.
Who doesn't have a good
Yeah,
match with
and
Rick
W-
I
Martel?
know that sounds weird, but in WCW, Booker T and Rick Martel, and there was a third guy. I can't remember who they were with.
Imagine if that would have been prime Rick Martel.
That was, I think they were feuding over the TV title.
TV, but there was a third guy that was thrown in there.
But that was like end of his career, Rick Martel, and it's still
Yes,
good.
and it was still good.
But imagine prime Rick Martel, like the
Yeah.
model. Yeah. By the time he got to WCW, he was broken down.
All right, it looks like R-Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Truth,
Guys,
K Quick, Ron Killings,
Technically,
whatever.
R-Truth was never an NWA champ. Ron Killings was.
K
Yes.
Quick
Okay, quick, get rowdy. Gonna do some things.
with Pac-Man Jones.
Gonna do some. No,
He was a tag team champ.
He
was
was
a one-man
K-Quick
tag
with
team.
Pac-Man Jones.
no,
No, he was Ron.
He was
Truth
Ron.
Killings.
He was Ron.
Oh, was he?
Killings.
Okay.
K-Quick was
Was
his first
just
WWE
was him and Dog.
Road
Yeah.
Dogg.
What was that? Jesse James or?
run. Road Dogg. It was WWE. He
And
was
it-
K-Quick in WWE.
Oh, that's right.
Road Dogg got fired because he was a little. Yeah, these are people I don't know. But go ahead. Maybe Justin does.
Well, I'll get to that.
Well, I was gonna say, was Marcus Corvan ever NWA champion? He was
Why
Monty
do I?
Brown.
Yeah.
in
Why do I?
NWA.
Why do I feel like he
TNA.
had a belt?
I don't know.
But I don't know if he was a world. I liked him.
Was he
I
X
like him
Division?
too.
I didn't like.
Hell no, he was an X Division.
He had a belt, but I don't know.
They didn't go big for X Division until Joe came.
He did nothing in WWE,
Nope.
and then he quit the
had-
business.
He had yep.
He had
He
such a
had
bad taste in his
one-
mouth.
He had a WrestleMania match where it was like, New Breed versus Legends.
Yeah, 4
That's
on
it.
4.
Yeah.
He was definitely better in TNA.
Oh yeah, but it had
Um,
such a bad taste in his mouth. He just quit the business. Like,
But
and the way
K,
he did that pounce, like he just fucking threw people.
yeah, we used to play football.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
so
liked
good.
him.
K Quick left WWF in 2001. 2002, he signed with Impact or TNA, whatever, as Ron the Truth Killings.
Yes.
He became the first African American to hold the NWA World Heavyweight.
That's a pretty big
Wow,
one.
that's very significant.
What?
I don't know what NWA's legacy goes back. like
And he was
200
a-
years.
And he was the
Exactly.
first
And
black.
200 years ago, they didn't give a shit about black
And I was
people.
just going to say, yeah, you
That's
got to
the
remember,
problem.
much like with WWE, you were saying, 100 years from. You got to remember there was segregation.
Yeah,
and all that
they didn't
shit
give a shit
happening
back
then.
then.
No. It's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. It's terrible to believe
Yeah.
that it took that long to finally crown a black champion.
I mean, this isn't saying that it's right, but NWA is a very Southern organization.
Yes,
And
sir.
TNA, so
Yeah.
especially blacks weren't treated very well there.
No.
So Truth beat Ken Shamrock on their 8
Yeah, it
weekly
was the
pay-per-view event.
yeah, it was the
That's way early. That was still
2002. That's when
NWA,
TNA
TNA.
started.
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So you say NWA, I think like Harley Race Flair NWA.
Ken Shamrock won it in a battle royal on the first night. So you're saying he held it for 8 weeks, and because they used to run weekly Wednesdays.
Yeah, you had to pay for it. Yeah,
Well,
but NWA
not
to
if,
me,
if you had one of those stealing cable boxes
That's
that
true.
your
Yeah,
dad had,
like-
and he would tape it for you.
Like somebody
And I would
over.
have like 4 weeks of pay-per-views.
But the NWA belt is widely known. So being the
It's
first
my favorite.
big gold.
African American to
No,
hold that
no,
belt,
not that.
Yeah, oh, the one
Tumor.
you have.
The
10
tumor
pounds of gold.
Yeah, 10 pounds of gold.
big globe. Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
like a tumor.
As soon as I hear NWA, I just think Harley Race, Ric Flair.
Well,
That
Harley Race
NWA.
held my belt. So.
So when you say he was, I'm like, oh, I don't think of it.
Is
That
there anybody alive that can sign your belt that held it?
Ric Flair,
just-
Like that version.
You just said
Ric Flair.
That version.
yeah, Flair.
Terry Funk's still alive.
Barry Windham, I think held it.
We met him. We
I
could
know.
have.
You could have hung out with them all day. No one was at his table.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of people.
Yeah, Dusty's gone. Harley
Ronnie
Race is
Garvin
gone.
still alive?
I think
I
so.
think so.
Probably. Jared doesn't know who Ronnie Garvin. That's
Hands
always
of
my
stone.
go-to. Hey, Jared, do you know who Ronnie Garvin is?
He was
Still
like-
hasn't looked it up.
He was like this tall. He's a little guy.
Xavier. ROH.
Oh,
Okay,
not
yeah,
once. Okay.
No, just Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier.
2002. I have no idea who that is.
If you
That's the one that I said that died,
Go.
I think.
If you show them a picture,
Yes,
maybe
I
he
do
might
believe-
recognize him.
Oh no, I know
Oh.
who he is. So he's one of those guys that when you listen to Punk, Joe, and Brian talk, they will always talk about him. He's one of those underrated guys.
Oh.
Did he never made it big. But
Never went
he
anywhere
was
else?
Fucking amazing. Yeah, he was amazing in the ring.
So in September of 2002 at ROH Unscripted,
This is
it's just a
early
couple
ROH.
months into ROH,
Yeah,
a
this is
couple months.
really early.
Loki was the first champion. He defeated Loki.
Isn't low key like every race though?
They don't consider him a
He's
black champion.
Oh my gosh.
What he's
Not black, is he?
But I thought he was like a ton of different mixes. I don't know. I thought that's what I thought I've heard. But I don't. Maybe not black. Maybe he's like a bunch of different like.
I mean, what do
Spanish.
I know? I thought Sasha was Hispanic. What do
Yeah.
I know?
But Loki was the first ROH champion, which I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
But
Xavier beat Loki.
They're not even doing pay-per-views at this point or TV. This is just house show.
They're putting out DVDs.
Yeah. I mean, the only way to see Ring of Honor if you're not there live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
DVDs. Yeah.
Bob Sapp.
What?
IWGP 2004.
they do not have a lot of black champs in Japan. They don't have a lot of black people in Japan.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, who?
Bob Sapp, I think he passed
He,
away.
he was a
No.
MMA
Really?
fighter.
Yeah,
Oh.
he was an MMA fighter.
They love big Americans over there.
I can't think of any.
Oh wait, so hold on. I know this is totally off subject, but none of you guessed that picture the other day.
No, who was
Oh
it?
no, well, Barbarian. Somebody said was right.
Yeah,
He was close with Earthquake.
he was close with Earthquake.
Is it Typhoon? Or
No.
Tugboat or whatever.
No,
No, I didn't know who that was.
you didn't have any guess. They feuded. Well, I shouldn't say feud, but when this person feuded with the Heenan family, they wrestled at Royal Rumble. It's Boss Man.
Really?
Yeah, it was Boss Man.
Wow.
Yeah,
In his young
He was
days, that's
big.
right.
He was
He was a
big.
jobber for
yeah.
when he first came in.
You know what gave it away? The bald spot in the back for
Yeah, but you said Warlord, so you didn't even get it right.
Whatever.
We
Same person.
I said in the group chat that my son and I were watching Super Brawl or Fall Brawl.
No, yeah, War Games.
Yeah.
Which
And-
made me go and watch War Games 96, the Hogan one.
Oh, but as I'm fast forwarding because we're just watching a War Games match.
I
I,
was wondering if you were just watching the War
Just
Games
the
match
War
or if
Games.
you were okay.
I stopped too early and it was Sting, Vader, Guardian Angel 3-way.
Oh yeah.
And I'm asking my son, do you know who that is? He's like, yeah, that's Vader. I'm like, and he's like, then that's Sting. I said, who's the other guys? I don't know, Daddy. And I said, that's the big boss man.
No, it's not. It's the Guardian Angel.
And he's like, I said, yeah. He had like 117 different names.
Yeah. Well, even he came in as like the boss, and then WWE was like, "No, you ain't doing that."
Well, first he was Big Baba Rogers.
Well, that was
with Jim
that was
Cornette.
before he
Way,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Guardian Angel.
Yeah.
in 2002, Bob Sapp joined New Japan.
Who did he beat?
In March of 2004 at New Japan King of Sports, Sapp defeated Kensuke Sasaki.
Kensuke Sasaki.
I was gonna say,
He was a former. He was a Road Warrior. He tagged with Hawk when Animal was still under contract because Hawk got let go for drug things. Animal was still under contract with WWE, and until they brought him over, I think he was called Power Warrior.
oh, okay. I didn't know that.
His
He was also the referee. Sorry, he was also the referee for the Rick Rude Masahiro Chono match at the greatest WCW pay-per-view of all time, Halloween Havoc '92.
Yeah.
And a legend in Japan.
Yes.
his reign was a transition. He lost his first defense to emerging young star Shinsuke Nakamura.
And then who does Nakamura lose it to? Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I was gonna say AJ. Didn't he lose to AJ, or was that later?
That was way
later.
Did you listen to the years?
Oh,
AJ's
yeah,
still a
2004,
babyface
so-
X Division wrestler at
Yeah.
this point.
2004.
Yeah.
18
Brock-
years ago. Jeez.
Brock and Goldberg left in 04.
And Brock went in red trunks to New Japan and beat Nakamura for the title.
He didn't stay there very long.
And
did he?
then Kurt beat Brock, I believe. The first American to American title exchange.
Huh.
I believe.
Ruckus.
I don't know who that is.
Ruckus. He's in
I've heard of him.
CZW. I'm sure he was in ROH. That's probably who you're talking about.
CZW.
First ever CZW Black Champ. Is that what it
Okay.
says?
2005.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Blackout. You don't know? Ruckus?
Was he with New Jack?
No, it's CZW.
Yeah, I know, but
No.
Did he
Jack
ever
was
hit
not
any of the
in
major that I would have seen him?
No. ROH and CZW.
That's
would have
it?
been where you would see him. I mean, no, he was here. He's around here. Like,
Wow.
I mean, we live in Pennsylvania. CZW happens in New Jersey. ROH had a lot of top of the state.
I thought CZW was out of the old ECW arena. That's where they started.
Well, sometimes.
Oh,
But they were also in Jersey. It's
So-
a tri-state area.
Ruckus in CZW. Ruckus was
Blood.
was a two-time world junior heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
And he was world tag team.
Ruckus makes me think about staying up till 2:00 in the morning on a Friday night so I can watch CZW kind of clip shows because they couldn't show everything on TV. Fake UTV is what they called it. Yeah, it was good. Fuck, man. I miss old CZW. Fuck.
In 2005, he defeated the Messiah.
Who the hell's that?
Messiah. Yes. Great fucking story with Messiah.
XPW.
Well, XPW was run by Rob Black, who was a porn producer. His wife was a porn star.
I don't know
I'm
why
not
that's
joking.
why is that relevant?
No, because you said Messiah.
We
So
really like.
Messiah
I don't know who that is.
Messiah hooked up with this. I think her name was Lizzie Borden. That was her
Mhm.
working name. She was with Rob Black, who was a porn producer, but also owned XPW. She started hooking with Messiah. Rob Black found out and supposedly sent goons after him to cut off his fucking finger.
Yeah, it was on Dark Side of the Ring.
You sure?
Oh, really?
You sure?
They
it was
did
his-
the Dark Side of
you
the
sure it
Ring
was
on
his
that.
finger? Or was it-
Yeah, no, they cut off his finger.
No choppy pee pee.
No. They might have tried. I don't know.
So who's a Messiah? Would I know him?
No, because you didn't watch CZW.
Oh.
I fucking love.
Well, I didn't know if
Messiah.
he went.
So that was the
somewhere
other
else.
point. He also left. So XPW and CZW were kind of feuding. Like that was like real rival promotions. Like you,
Oh.
if you worked for XPW, you did not work for CZW.
Like All Japan and New Japan.
Yeah. So like not this is shoot. Like you were not allowed to work for them if you worked for XPW.
Which is so funny because I just watched an XPW DVD last night.
Oh really? Yeah, I think I have like two. I
They don't exist anymore, do they?
know.
No.
Oh, I didn't think.
So
But
when
yes, it was Messiah's a fun story.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
there's
he
a dark side of
lost
the ring
it.
on
He
that,
beat
though.
Messiah. You said.
He beat Messiah
Okay. Messiah was cool. I
in
like
2005.
But Ruckus is really fucking cool too.
Ruckus became CZW's first African American champion,
I mean, but it's only like months into there.
and he held it for 308 days.
Oh, nice.
Almost a year. Wow, good
Nice.
for him.
Who
kinda-
does it say who lost it to?
No,
He kind of looks like New Jack
yeah,
No, he doesn't.
without the homicidal
But
tendencies.
You know who Black Cheese is, right?
I've seen him around here, but I
Yes.
don't know him personally. But
Well, no, but you know who Black Cheese is. He was part of Blackout with Ruckus.
oh, okay.
Human Tornado, PWG, 2007.
I do not know who that is.
Freaking clue who
I've
that is.
heard
Not
of
even a
him.
picture. Not even a picture of him.
I've heard of him through the 500, but that's about it.
I have never.
Who the
even
hell
heard-
is that?
His
look him up.
wrestling name is Human Tornado.
Human
don't-
Tornado, quotes here. Human Tornado was a breakout star from the West Coast in the early 2000s, working for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla in its earliest days.
But I've seen pro wrestling. What years? What year?
He won the belt in 2007.
I mean, that's I'd say I have
At-
08, 09 DVDs.
At PWG, based on a true story, in January of
I love their
2007,
names.
he became the first African American world champion for PWG when he defeated Joey Ryan.
Ooh, wow, Joey Ryan, really? In 2007.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a. How have I never heard of this?
His
fucking guy?
character was that of a 70s pimp.
so
Kind of hard to see, but the way he dressed. That's Wikipedia. It's not the best picture in the world.
Godfather.
I really don't fucking.
It's,
No, it's more like
a Walmart Godfather.
Dolomite.
He also wrestled as El Negro. I wish that wasn't true. And,
I assume under a mask.
and El Snowflake.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I love his names.
He debuted in 2003, retired 2018. So it's only 15 years.
Ugh.
How have I never heard of this guy?
He wrestled for PWG, Empire Wrestling, Alternative Wrestling,
Never heard of alternative wrestling.
Ring of Honor, Combat Zone, Jersey All Pro,
CZW, ROH.
the short-lived MTV show Wrestling Society X.
I literally have the entire history of
Here you go.
Wrestling Society X.
A former two-time PWG World Champion
2-time.
and a one-time PWG World Tag Team Champion with
Who?
El Generico.
No fucking way.
Hey, you've never heard of this
Who
guy?
is this guy?
That's your boy right there.
How is he tag champions with one of my favorite wrestlers of all time? No, he's not my boy. Well, we don't acknowledge that. He's not. He's the greatest person in the world because he left wrestling to go teach underage Mexican children.
That's right.
I really thought he was going to make a comeback. I don't know why.
Maybe one day.
Him and El Generico's tag team name, Two Skinny Black Guys.
Oh my gosh.
No,
I can't. No.
How have I never heard of this
This is
guy?
officially our last podcast.
Justin's going to go
Been
home.
nice knowing you.
No. Mm-mm.
I just must. I've
No.
probably seen him in like 100 matches and never realized because I do watch wrestling with a little bit of a brain turn off sometimes, and I don't notice what's happening, like what they say, names and shit like that.
You can't. No. No. You cannot have a white guy.
He's
Well,
not white. He's
himself
Mexican.
Skinny
he's
black guy.
Mexican.
El
That's still,
Generico.
El Generico's Mexican.
he's still not a skinny black guy. Oh my god.
What? I'm surprised
Oh
you've
my-
never heard of him
oh,
with these
I don't
names and
know.
stuff.
It's right up
No.
my alley.
Mm-mm.
I'm
No.
surprised.
No.
We all need to go home and like watch that.
Oh
Then
my gosh. Yeah.
we need to
Wow.
find a video clip of the
Joe and I could be at work tomorrow, and we're gonna get a
Somehow-
text from Justin.
What?
Come here, look, we're
Probably,
gonna see this
probably
shit.
that this fucking guy's awesome. I mean, if he's tagging with Generico, he's a 2-time world champion. Who did he beat? I'm sorry, I forgot. Did you say
Joey
that?
Ryan.
Joey Ryan. Second run?
That was his first.
Okay. Joey Ryan was fucking amazing.
He became the first African American for PWG.
Oh yeah, Joey Ryan. We can't say he's amazing anymore, can we? He's a shithead.
Didn't we
Did
talk?
he was
Was that ever
amazing. I
confirmed?
don't know, but he was really good, and I loved him on commentary. I love that. That was one of my favorite things about PWG is they would just have like rotating commentary.
Oh.
Like Steen would wrestle a match and then he'd commentate a match.
Well,
Steen
I
was
was
great.
just gonna say, didn't we talk about an incident with Steen and Generico? I think probably this guy because they wanted Steen to use the N word. And like,
is
yeah,
this it? Was this the guy?
Hold on, what?
Wait,
What?
is
No.
this Steen cutting a promo on Generico and Human Torch when Steen said the
Human
N-word.
Tornado.
So Human Tornado. What did I say? Human Torch.
Well,
Was he in there?
he didn't use it. They wanted him to.
Right. No, he did.
That's what we like.
No,
Wrestling
he did.
podcasts.
He did.
He did.
Because he had to go back, and he even got
Was this
confirmation.
the guy
saying
that was in the mat? Is this the person that was that he
I
said
think
that
so.
to?
I'm trying to read. You guys are making me laugh.
I think we were watching that, and we couldn't figure out who was in the ring.
I forgot about that.
Oh, jeez.
Good memory,
Oh,
Joe.
man.
I really did forget about that.
I am sorry.
I
For,
don't- we offended so many people.
Why? We're just talking
Yeah.
about the history.
yeah.
Oh, him and Ruckus were a tag team. And
He's
CZW.
probably part of Blackout. Yeah.
Human Tornado. Yeah.
So Blackout's whole thing was literally that.
They're black.
We're the black guys who are going to come beat up on your white guys.
That's terrible.
That's what it is.
And-
That's their gimmick.
In Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Oh God, I don't even want to hear this.
Human Tornado.
We don't acknowledge that as a wrestling company. You said the word Juggalo.
Human Tornado and Zach Gowen were a tag team.
Oh wait, we gotta hear the name.
They were called Pimp and Gimp. I can't. This guy's my new favorite wrestler.
All right. So, Orange Cassidy, Dan Townsend, Human Tornado. Those are my top three wrestlers.
We never heard of this guy.
Apparently, I have. I just didn't remember it.
I just, no.
That sounds like something Juggalos would do.
Oh god.
I can't. No. I like this guy already.
I need to watch this guy work. I really don't know who he is. But if he's wrestling with these kind of, if he's like really having matches with these guys, I mean,
Yeah.
he's got to be good.
Yeah.
So apparently, that El Snowflake character he played in the movie Nacho Libre.
Oh, I love that movie. I mean, I've only seen it like
That was a-
twice, but
So I guess he was feuding with Joey Ryan, and he couldn't get any more title defenses, so he wrestled him as El Snowflake. He lost it a month later to El Generico.
okay.
So
I
again,
didn't know El Generico was even PWG champion.
how did in that circle did no one see this guy since you're a fan?
I don't know. I really don't know.
After he lost to El Generico, he blamed it on his valet, Candice LeRae.
Oh, Miss Gargano, Miss Wrestling.
After one of the matches, he was beating up Candice LeRae when Chris Hero came out and saved her. Like, these are all people I like. How do I not know these?
Really, it's
What
crazy.
is going on?
He has. That's what I'm saying. Like,
And him,
this guy has to be amazing. because
Eddie
he has
Kingston,
touched around.
and Claudio Castanoli formed a group.
Amazing.
Like, he feuded with Hero, LeRae, and Necro Butcher.
And so this guy has never been. I like Necro.
You've never-
you don't know.
I know Necro Butcher from The Wrestler.
Oh yeah, he was in the Wrestler.
That's all I know him as.
Yeah,
He was in a group with
I know.
With
that's what I'm
Cesaro
saying.
and Eddie Kingston.
How
Yeah,
did he
well-
pass my radar somehow?
All of them. I've been watching wrestling since I'm 5. How did
Yeah.
I've never heard of this guy?
I mean, you don't watch a lot of.
but that's definitely
but-
something he would bring up though.
Yeah.
Those names. Oh god. Human
he-
Tornado. Just
Loki was hurt, so they put the belt up and had a tournament. He beat Necro Butcher in the first round, then Roderick Strong in the second round,
what the
and then
hell?
Carl Anderson. What?
Fucking some of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
This guy's like the
guy
greatest
has
wrestler I've never
surrounded-
heard of.
This guy has surrounded some of my favorite wrestlers of all
What is
time.
going on?
Definitely some of my. I mean, some of my top modern day favorite wrestlers, and how I don't know. It's
Oh, he beat Roderick Strong and Carl Anderson in a triple threat to win the belt. Oh shit!
I probably have that DVD. We're talking about PWG still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
probably-
tore his ACL while wrestling for Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Had to give the belt up.
Of course he did. Fucking juggalos. They probably built the ring out of sawdust.
So he refused to give up the title, so they made him defend it against Chris Hero in a steel cage
with a torn ACL.
called Life During Wartime. It was their 5th anniversary show.
How did it last that long?
I don't know.
Okay, now that
Then he got a rematch against Hero and Colt Cabana in a triple threat.
Yeah. Seriously, yeah.
I
All
mean,
the guys I talk
seriously, like-
about, he has surrounded them.
I like this guy. I mean, we gotta look him up.
He's gotta be amazing.
oh god. Okay, on a more serious note.
How do we go past that? Like, how do we top that?
one of us would definitely say something about the tag team names that he's had or something.
Well, I thought Justin's my Indie and Japan guy, and
I really don't know.
a lot of people I've heard because he mentioned them or talked about him, and I've never heard
And
of
then
this
like
guy.
4 years later, they get signed.
Like I've heard of Hero,
Danhausen.
Castanoli.
The most recent one is Danhausen.
Yeah.
I've been talking about Danhausen for a year, and now he's finally here.
On NXT when I was excited about the era, and you're like, yeah, I've been watching Roddy and Kyle Roddy and Adam Cole for years.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, why are these guys a group? It's like, because they fucking came up together.
I'm like, I like these guys. And you're like, yeah, I've liked these guys for 5 years. Where have you been?
Yeah, I don't try to play the hipster card, but yeah, most guys I've known of.
2011, Mark Henry,
ECW?
WWE.
No, he's also
he was world heavyweight.
Hall of Pain.
Beat
Oh,
Orton,
yeah, Taker,
yeah,
right? He
Hell in a
lost
Cell.
to the Taker.
I think so.
He beat Orton at Night of Champions.
Okay.
Defended it against Big Show Christian Daniel Bryan.
Oh.
Doesn't say who he lost.
That's what I do.
Well, it's probably Bryan, and then Bryan might go and lose it to Sheamus in 8 seconds at WrestleMania.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would let Bryan beat Mark Henry though.
Well, he doesn't have to. There's 4 guys in that match.
No,
they say
defended
during
against
his reign.
Sorry.
During his run champion, he beat.
I can see Bryan beating him.
Kane, Batista,
I really don't know. 11? I don't know. Probably
Cena. AR Fox,
Oh yeah. I like AR Fox. He's no longer around, I believe.
Evolve,
but, yeah.
2013. To be honest, in this picture, he kind of looks Hispanic.
Yeah, he's just a light skin.
Did you skip people? Oh, okay. It says Mark Henry is the 4th black champion in WWE history. Rock, Booker T, Lashley. But you didn't say Lashley yet.
Lashley was before,
No,
according to Wikipedia.
no,
not in WWE.
ECW.
ECW,
But
I don't think we're counting that.
no.
Well, WWE does because they owned it.
Fuck that.
I'll just
No.
about it, baby.
Before this recent run, when Lashley beat, who did he beat? Brock or Drew?
He beat Brock.
That was his first WWE title.
He beat the Miz.
On the Miz.
Remember Miz had it
Oh,
for
yeah.
a week. Miz had it for a week.
AR Fox, Evolve, 2013.
Yeah, AR Fox good. AR
I don't know
Fox
who that
good.
is either.
He's good. He's good. CZW, ROH, the indie
So
circuit guy.
Evolve was launched by former ROH executive Gabe Sapolsky.
Yes, but he was So Gabe was actually before, and it's surprising that he says it as ROH. He actually was he studied, let's just say, under Paul Heyman in ECW, and then that's what he did for ROH, and then he went from ROH when they got bought out. He then went to Creek.
So Evolve started in 2009. They didn't have a belt until 2013.
Wow.
And AR Fox was the first champion. He held the Evolve title for 324 days.
Who did he beat?
Doesn't say.
Because there's a number of guys that could have been through Evolve for him to beat.
Black G's,
Yeah.
I would like to.
CZW 2014.
Yeah. Very underrated wrestler.
To be honest, I didn't expect him to look like that. I thought he would look more like Jesus. Just black.
That's weird.
I don't know.
No.
Black G's. I don't know.
No, that's Terry Crews.
Yeah.
And that there's a
He looks like Terry Crews.
Yeah.
no, isn't there a show is it a commercial where Terry Crews plays Jesus?
Mark Henry, by the way, lost to Big Show
Oh, okay. Maybe it's
in
just
a,
a scene in the movie.
chairs match.
Oh, it's
that
one
was-
of those stupid TLCs. Is that the one where they like pull down and all the chairs
Yeah.
fall at once? It's fucking dumb.
Is that when Big Show was a face for a week and then he was a heel the next week?
Probably.
After the match, Henry knocked Big Show out. Brian cashed in his money in the bank and beat Big Show.
Boom.
So Big Show had it for 5 minutes.
And then Brian goes to
SummerSlam or Mania.
Mania and loses in 18 seconds to Sheamus.
Who won the Rumble?
So Black
And
G's.
won the Rumble and opened Mania.
Yeah,
Bull.
Brian kissed
What year
AJ
was-
Lee
What year was that? Yeah.
and turned around into a boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year was that?
No idea what that was.
2012,
What Mania is that? I should say. Do you know? 28.
2004 is 20.
Sheamus won the 2012 Rumble.
2004 is
2012
20.
is 10 years ago.
So that would have been What Mania was that?
26.
2012.
Been
26.
28.
We're
28.
28. Yeah, 28.
So what main event did that? That was the world belt
That was
one.
Taker and Taker
Taker.
and Hunter.
Of course.
With the third time,
Second.
second time.
No, it
Well,
would have been second. 'Cause
third.
26.
Third.
20. Well, yes, technical. No, we don't count that. We count secessions. They don't acknowledge the fact that they wrestled at 17.
That was a different Triple H.
Yeah.
This is
a different Taker.
This was his revenge for Shawn.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
26. Yes.
The first one
26
was
the second Shawn. So then
27 was the first.
there was no year in between that.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought there was
27 was the first. 28 is the Hell in a Cell.
okay.
So it's a little after.
Oh yeah,
I wonder if
28
that-
is the end of an era.
That's the Hell in a Cell where Shawn was the
Okay,
ref.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Black Cheese. We know because he wrestles locally.
I don't know.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, you've
I don't know him
seen
personally,
him.
but
yes, you've seen him.
Wasn't he just at the Hamburg show?
No, not at Hamburg. He wasn't he at Atlantic All Stars?
I was in the bathroom. I may have missed it.
You were in the bathroom for a very long time.
I was
wasn't feeling
networking.
well.
I
He
don't
was
know.
at Atlantic All Stars.
See the one that
I wasn't
see the one
there,
that beat
so I
Nunzio?
can't tell.
No,
I was in the bathroom listening, so I don't know.
no.
Good on Nunzio for letting the young guy go over, by the way.
It doesn't hurt him. What does he care?
No,
He got
but
paid.
Usually when
That's
you
okay.
come into these local shows,
Exactly.
they go over. Black G's.
CGW.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little after 8. I wonder if that person that's supposed to show up when AEW showed up.
Oh
yet.
yeah, well, we'll have to wait.
Or is that going to be at the end?
Oh, that's what I'm on. Nobody's
gonna be
going
Killer
up,
Cross.
so.
Hoping it's Gargano.
I don't think it's
It's Jeff Hardy.
No.
Where are they?
No.
Atlantic City.
No.
It's not Jeff Hardy.
Can't be
He can't.
kept. He's under contract till March.
Mm-hmm. He's
How'd
under
you,
no.
how'd you have 90 days if he got released?
I don't understand this shit.
How does this?
I
If
don't think
someone
it's-
fires you, you should be allowed to get work the next day.
I don't think
say-
it's 90 days.
If I go to work
let's just keep talking about this. Fuck Jeff Hardy's bullshit contract.
So, Black G's was in a stable blackout, being a 7-time World Tag Team Champion.
We've literally talked about this already. I said about Black.
Cage of Death in 2014. He
Yeah.
defeated CZW World Champion Sozio
Yeah, essentially FBI knockoff,
and challengers Biff Busick,
which is
Oni Lorcan,
yes,
Drew Gulak.
and Drew Gulak from Philadelphia.
So it was a 4-way, I'm guessing.
Yes,
He held the belt for 238 days.
nice.
I'm
It doesn't
gonna-
say who he drops it to.
No, I'm going to ignore this next one because it's Impact.
Is it Bobbert?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a world champion. He was a significant world champion.
Yes.
He had a good
The
run.
first Impact
Yeah.
Black World Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
technically.
yeah.
Because Ron Killings was NWA, so
And TNA never had one because
And-
they were run by a racist.
Southern
Yeah.
family.
4-time Impact
Oh.
World Champion.
That's cool.
4-time.
What's
For-
cool?
It's hard for people only, but this is how Dynamite started. MJF coming in and being carried on a throne.
Okay, who cares?
Because he beat the best in the world.
Right.
So
They're in Trash Town, New Jersey. all
Hey,
right?
hey,
Yes.
hey!
No.
that shit.
Atlantic City is full of trash. That
Oh,
there,
yeah.
I don't even think there's sand on their beach. It's just like crumbs that have washed up on the shore.
It's from New York and Philly. Just wandered down.
Yeah, no.
So for Lasher's first Impact title, he defeated Eric Young.
Don't fire me.
No,
Way after Don't
I know.
Fire Me. Way after.
That's the long beard Daniel Bryan
Yes, yeah.
knockoff. Yeah.
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 Rich Swann, FIP World Champion in 20.
I
14.
have brought
Full
up
Impact
FIP.
Pro.
Yes, I have brought up FIP to you guys. In
I
fact,
don't
I think
know
we
what
have a
that is.
DVD for sale. It's CM Punk has started there. Antonio Banks, who is better known as
MVP.
MVP, has gone through there. Joe, Roddy, a
So
lot of guys.
It's like a PWG,
yes,
like another indie.
from Jersey, I believe. They were also out of Jersey.
So Full Impact Pro was founded in 2003. It wasn't until 2014. Until they got their
WCW's
first-
death boomed indie scene because guys were just like, we need to create companies so that guys can work.
Hmm.
I know who Rich Swann is. I never heard of
In
FIP.
2014, at an FIP event in China,
Oh wow!
Impact X Division champion and former Cruiserweight champion Rich Swann defeated Trent Beretta to become the
Trent
champion.
Beretta or Trent
No, Trent Beretta.
or Trent.
It says Trent Beretta.
That would probably be a good match. I would think.
Jay Lethal,
ROH.
Black Machine.
2015. But I thought he had it before that for some reason.
2015.
Well,
For
2015.
ROH?
7 years ago.
Holy shit! I didn't think it was that long ago.
No, I thought he had it earlier.
No, he did not. He was a.
Isn't he like a 10-time champion?
No,
He
he
was
was
an
a
Impact for a
nobody the
while.
first time. He was a jobber. He went to TNA.
That's true.
made a
He was an
name for
Impact,
himself,
yeah.
and then came back as
A star.
the
Yeah.
Jay Lethal. Yeah.
Black Machismo. Yeah.
Well, but past that, he had now gone past Black Machismo and just been Jay Lethal.
So it was 13 years in between Xavier and Jay Lethal.
Oh wow.
It's like his
I
Ric
thought
Flair
that was
impression
more
was good.
recent than that, to be honest. That's weird.
He won
But
his
Jay
first.
Lethal has been since that year. What'd you say, 15? Yeah, since 2015, Jay Lethal has been the fucking man
Yeah,
in ROH. So kudos to him for holding that
He
company.
carried that
Yeah,
company
really.
when all the stars left.
He really, really did.
in ROH, best in
And
the
Josh
world.
Gresham, who I hope is on this later.
Jonathan Gresham?
Jonathan Gresham.
He's
yeah.
next.
Who's Josh? Who's
He's
Josh?
Josh Gresham
Josh
is a
Alexander?
commentator.
But, yeah, he's a commentator. Yeah, Jonathan Gresham, who I hope is on this list,
He's
has
next.
really picked up. And I'm not just saying black guy for black guy. I'm saying as the star and holding this company on their back and putting on good matches, he has been
He's the last Ring of Honor champ as of now.
for now.
Yeah, as of now.
Jay
Also was
Lethal
suicide, wasn't he?
in 2015 defeated Jay Briscoe.
Yeah, I remember the Jay Briscoe run.
Lethal held
Jay
it.
Briscoe also had a singles run when Steen had the belt, but I don't think he won it.
Hey, every time his brother gets hurt, doesn't he just do a little?
Pretty much, yeah.
Lethal held it for 427 days.
Yeah,
I was like, what, a year and a half?
he was a great champion.
Jonathan Gresham,
Yeah.
CZW 2016.
Oh, he held CZW too. I didn't know
So
that.
that's before
Yes.
Impact, before he was
Yeah.
one of the many
And he
suicides.
is married or dating for a very long time.
Jordan
Jordan
Grace.
Grace, who just lost the
Internet
digital
title or
media.
Digital media.
Did
Yeah.
she the girl from
Cardona.
around here? Is that the girl I've seen in some local shows?
She used to do
Before-
local shows around here. Yes. But yes, she is. I don't know if they're married. but
Cardona's heel run, man.
Cardona's doing great.
Yeah.
He just beat a girl for the digital media. He is the best heel in the business.
Impact just officially made him a heel, by the way.
Yeah.
He was a heel in GCW and everything, but in 2016, Jonathan Gresham. So Gresham down with the sickness in September of 2016,
The third zone.
defeated Matt Tremont.
Tremont,
I don't know who that is either.
bulldozer. Yeah.
It was a four-way: Matt Tremont, Greg Excellent,
Yeah.
and Joe Gacy.
Oh, another one of your guys, Joe Gacy.
Well, Greg Excellent was awesome too. He had a fork, and he would come out and he would have like Mountain Dew gear, and it's fun. It's CCW's fun, guys. It's fun.
No, I just said I didn't know who he was.
Fucking go watch it.
I want to go to a GCW.
No, oh yeah.
Joe Gacy's was he like a manager now in NXT? He doesn't even wrestle anymore.
Oh, is he?
He
Yeah.
wrestles now.
What's that guy that he doesn't talk?
Oh yeah, you got the big guy,
Harlem.
the big
Yeah.
yeah.
Gacy says like, "Go get him," and he's
That's
like,
bullshit
"Ugh."
because Casey's amazing.
I mean, I don't know if he's
For
hurt. Maybe he's
years.
hurt in there.
For years.
I don't know who this guy is. Fred Yehi,
I do not know who that is.
Yehi.
He kind of looks like Darren Young. He look.
FIP World Champion 2016.
FIP is still going. Are you telling me?
He defeated Caleb Conley.
Oh,
Well,
well,
this is 2016.
you know who Caleb Connolly is? Who?
The name sounds familiar.
Well,
he was an Impact.
He's an Impact. I think he still is.
Was he an
Is he?
Suicide?
He was a suicide, and
Everybody's been a suicide.
yeah, and
That sounded bad.
married a Statlander, or together.
cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I say
yeah.
married, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know people.
I don't know
So-
who this guy is.
He held the title for 562 days.
Wow.
Holy crap! It's like almost 2 years.
Leo
God,
Rush.
I know. I saw it. I saw it. And good for you for being a fucking champion, but I can't fucking stand you.
Hey Leo, you want to carry my bags?
Leo Rush, CZW 2017.
He retired today. He'll be back tomorrow.
I'm tired.
Is he even still at AEW? Or is
I
he...
don't know. I think he's retired.
No, his contract ran out.
He defeated Joe Gacy.
Or is
Bullshit.
gonna run out.
How the fuck is that?
You missed
little
that match?
Joe? Yeah. Gacy could have fucking ate him.
Shane Strickland,
I don't know who that is.
Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Yeah, swerve.
Oh, okay.
GCW. Not GC. CZW. Same thing. CZW. 2017.
Not the same thing.
What the hell was wrong with Shane Strickland? He had to change his name to Isaiah Scott.
Swerve.
I
Swerve.
know he got released anyway.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Tony is really interested in him apparently.
Because he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. He never really got a good run in NXT.
Yeah, then he gets to the main roster and get released.
But he never made it to the main roster, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to count that. I mean,
The 1 week they were on.
technically, he got put on the main roster, but no.
Yeah.
Shane Strickland, 2017. He faced world champion at the time, Davey Richards,
Love him.
Joe Gacy, who apparently loses a lot.
Dude, I'm telling you, you guys have slept on him for years. He's
Every time we hear
good.
his name, he's losing.
Who cares? Who cares if you're losing? You put on, it's the match, it's the belt, it's what happens in between.
So he faced Davey Richards, Joe Gacy, and
It's
Leo
all
Rush
fucking work.
in a title for title match.
Which one of those doesn't belong?
CZW Evolution Defy heavyweight champion Shane Strickland faced CZW world champion Davey Richards, Joe Gacy, Leo Rush.
Yeah.
So it was title for title.
Okay.
Strickland obviously won, and he held the title for 126 days.
Get rid of Leo Rush. It's a pretty good match.
And then in 2018, he defeated Matt Riddle to become MLW World Heavyweight Champion.
Riddle was an MLW? I didn't know that.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Riddle?
Yeah.
Well, he answered. Did you guys watch Raw? I know one thing about Raw this week. Matt Riddle knew the conversion from ounces to pounds or ounces to grams.
Randy Orton did.
Oh, Randy Orton did?
Randy.
Oh,
Riddle's going to answer.
I bake a lot.
And Orton's like, you think you're the only one who bakes around here? He knew what it was. He knew it. Yeah.
So I saw it. So I got a lot of different Facebook groups, and this is actually a non-wrestling one. This is a stoner group, and they brought
Why
it up.
are we not surprised you're part of that group?
Yeah, and they brought it up, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on WWE?" They were, and so they mentioned they like posted a picture, and they were like, "Yeah, Matt Riddle knew that answer or something like that."
Do you think? I think Vince knew that joke in the back.
No, man, I don't know.
RVD gave him papers.
That's true.
I'm sure Vince is,
Yeah.
And I think Randy Orton tweeted out or something that Riddle got him into either growing or like buying or something. So
Okay.
That's his dealer now. Tag partner in his dealer.
Weed's legal in a lot of places.
Ricochet, PWG 2017. Getting underutilized now.
Yes, he is one of those that I've talked about for years.
I like him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
There's so much good from him. Yes.
my issue with him is, and we've talked about this before, the first 3 or 4 times I saw him do all this stuff, I was like, oh, that's amazing. I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
When you see it every week, it's not amazing anymore.
Yeah,
So-
I agree.
In October of 2017, he defeated Chuck Taylor
The gentleman.
in one of his final indie shows before heading to NXT.
The shoemaker, Chuck Taylor?
Moose,
Nah. I don't
IPW.
know. You know what?
What
I
the hell
shouldn't
is-
say that because I don't know enough from him.
What's IPW? I never heard of that either.
I don't know.
Well, at the time of this article, he didn't win the Impact title yet.
Okay.
So,
Well, it's 2017, so
but he is the Impact champion now.
Yeah.
I guess he's doing well.
He's not half bad.
I don't know.
I've
just
seen
a
him.
big
People
big
wanted
guy.
him and Roman, so
But
He's supposed
Why?
to show up at the Rumble, remember?
That kind of again, there's a Twitter beef or whatever going on. But
Yeah.
why do they actually want to see that match? It's what I've always said about Sting and Taker. Why do people want to see Sting and Taker? I don't understand. Is it because the gimmicks match? Because if so, the match is going to be shit. Like even Prime Sting and Prime Taker. You give me 94 Sting and Taker. I still don't think it's going to be a good match. Like the promos and the build and all the fun stuff that goes along with the characters would be cool, but outside of that, I don't see it.
Keith Lee, 2018 PWG.
Yeah,
He beat
And I
Chuck
believe-
Taylor.
yeah.
Well, Joe Gacy's done job at now.
Well, I
Your
believe
turn,
he
Chuck.
vacated that when he got his WWE contract,
It was his first world title on
Mhm.
the indie circuit,
and I believe he vacated
just prior to jumping to NXT.
Yes.
I like Keith Lee.
Yeah.
But
Every PWG I've seen of Keith Lee is him and Dijak,
that's what it was at NXT for a year.
Yeah.
but their matches in PWG were a lot better.
I like Keith Lee, but he's also I don't know, like how many big guys that can move are there? I like him, but I mean, he didn't really cut a good promo.
In the 90s, it was more rare. In the 2000s, it was a little less rare, and now it's every
wrestling company has 5 of those guys.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston, 2019. We all know that. It was
of course.
WrestleMania. It was great to see.
But like we've said, it was the build.
Yeah.
Once he won the belt, no one gave a shit anymore.
And then it was Bobby Lashley.
Yep.
Which again, it was cool. We thought he deserved it. You know, we thought he should have been champion previously in WWE.
Well, if he wouldn't have quit, he might have.
Yeah.
Well, Donald Trump, Umaga, and Vince. I mean, that's kind of that would
Yeah, but
push
they
me away.
fired his wife, and that's why he quit. Crystal.
Yeah.
So he quit to back her up.
Well, Lawler did that before.
Lawler did
Lawler
that
did
too,
with
but
the
he
cat.
came right back.
That's because
and
she ditched his ass.
And then most recently, Big E,
Yes.
which was a disappointing ending.
Unfortunately.
No, it's called the big
disappointing-
ending.
A disappointing run, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they gave it to him just because of, hey, we've got this super hot guy that we want to put the belt on to get the fans really happy about this run.
And he won it on Raw, so that pops.
And
the
then
ratings.
Brock shows up and then just goes out the window.
Yep, Brock.
And it might have been like Kofi, like you've been here a long time, good soldier, you move a lot of merch.
But he is a good worker.
Here's your
So Xavier, the first Black King of the Ring. Oh no, Booker.
Booker. Yeah.
Booker T would have been okay. Well, I tried to give New Day a thing. I tried to make New Day a bigger
Although,
deal.
to be honest, I thought Big E and Xavier would be the champions rather than Kofi.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you think Kofi was done? Like, okay, he's already surpassed what he should have been, but now we're on the downslope of he's going to be the vet to bring in the young guys.
I mean, the way Kofi started with that Jamaican accent on ECW, you would have never thought.
Wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be Jamaican?
12, 13 years later, he'd be what he is.
Air boom.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, that was his main
Stupid.
event run with
Yeah,
Orton.
think about that.
And that got shut down.
Before New Day, the thing that Kofi was most known for is stupid. Yeah, that's terrible.
And I remember hearing at the time, like, they were pushing Kofi, and Orton went in the back and was like, this guy doesn't have it.
That's a big feud, too. Him and Orton.
He beat Orton a
And
few
it
times.
came back to it, 10 years later? I don't know.
Like, he was beating Orton on Raw, and they were like, oh, Kofi's getting pushed. And then Orton went in the back and went, nah, this kid doesn't have it.
Yeah. Last year for Black History Month, I believe we did a tournament.
Yeah, Rock.
But this year, we wanted to actually dig into it.
I mean, we did to Human Tornado.
Are we going to talk about the 6 girls in WWE
Oh,
history?
yeah. So there are 6 women
In WWE.
WWE history.
That have been world champions.
So we started with Jackie, right?
Jackie,
Jazz.
Jazz,
I'm blanking.
Sasha Banks.
Well, that's later.
Naomi,
Oh no, Naomi.
Sasha.
No, there's one before Naomi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Alicia Fox.
Alicia
Oh,
Fox.
How could we forget
Wow,
her?
she's easy to forget.
But again, see, she's not a women's champion. She's a Divas champion.
Yeah, and then Naomi and beyond.
Yes.
But Morgan Freeman, in an interview, he was asked about Black History Month,
Mhm.
and he said, "Why? Why do you have a month?
we
Why-
should
all-
celebrate.
You know, Black history is part of American history.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and obviously, Black people in general in wrestling were rare up until a certain point, and now in the current times, they've done so much for the business. And like we all said, it was great to see Kofi have it finally.
Mhm.
It's great to see Big E have it.
I can separate. So like in my childhood, like Ron Simmons, Black World Champion.
Yeah.
We know about like the Ernie Ladd and the Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, but to me now, and maybe this is just the way I view the world as an adult, Kofi Kingston is not a Black World Champion. He's just finally a guy that got a fucking break.
Yep.
Big E is not a Black World Champion. He's just a guy who finally got recognized for being good enough. Bobby Lashley is not a Black World Champion. He's a guy who has worked his ass off. But it's an accomplishment I get because not everywhere. I mean, not everybody thinks the way I do. Not everybody thinks the way we do. Not everybody thinks the way our state does. We're in the North. It is not the same everywhere, unfortunately. There are people who will turn off the TV when that black guy wins a world championship.
Yeah.
It's funny how
terrible.
like that they kept track. There's been 30 black champions, but you don't have them say who's the champ now. Brock.
I don't know.
Brock Lesnar is the
Bobby Lashley.
102nd,
600th, yeah.
102nd white champion.
Well,
Like they don't differentiate that when they should,
or I mean,
or even
they
Hispanic.
should.
They don't say how many Latin world champions have there been.
Pedro Morales. That's it.
Yeah, but they don't.
Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah. Pedro Morales is Puerto Rican. Eddie's Mexican. Well, no, Eddie's American.
So
He's
is
a
Rey
Mexican.
Mysterio. I was going to say Rey.
Yeah, both of them were born in America.
They're
By the way, how did that retirement thing go?
what retirement thing?
Ray.
I have no idea what we're
Yeah,
talking
so
about.
nothing with him retiring.
I saw something that said a retirement ceremony.
No idea.
But I'm with Justin. Like when we go over like former world champions, we don't separate. Like we'll just say Kofi,
I
Big
do.
E.
I see it when and I'm not saying that America views better. I think more people in America view black athletes better now. But I mean, we're seeing it in the NFL, and that's a whole other subject we could get into. But okay, yes, the NFL is dominated by black athletes. There's no denying that. But as coaches, as owners, they are not. So they are held to, well, we've got, let's just say as a round number, we have 500 black employees. Yeah, but none of them are in prominent positions. And even in WWE,
They're not executives or nothing.
are we seeing a lot of black stars that go on to be agents or producers? Maybe not so much.
Yeah. I mean, not that I know of. I mean,
Norman Smiley,
Yeah, Norman
he was a
a trainer.
producer, I think. He was a
Yeah.
trainer, and I think he was a producer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still is. We're getting better. But I think there's still a long way to
We,
go.
as a group of wrestling fans, we don't look at it as, oh, he's a black guy that won the belt. It's just like, oh, cool, he won the belt. You know,
Yeah.
so
Like,
it's
I was happy when Kofi won because I've been a fan of Kofi for years, not because he was a black guy who
Yeah.
won.
Yeah. Same
But
Kofi
here.
also though, they do show that
it had an influence on black kids.
exactly kids.
Yeah.
You look to the next generation, the generation after that, is you can be more than what some of America will tell you can be.
Right.
You can get to any point you want. You don't have to be pigeonholed as anything, no matter what you are. You know, maybe one day in 10 years we'll be doing this podcast and we'll talk about the first transgender world champion, first gay, first lesbian.
Nyla Rose,
Right.
transgender. Was that?
Yeah.
I mean,
She was,
Is she-
women's.
Oh yeah, she
She had
is.
the women's belt,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then there you go.
There you go.
and
Yeah.
even with Bianca, she was a black woman that had
Yeah.
the belt.
I'm just glad she won because I like
Yeah.
her. I didn't care that she was black. I just liked her.
I think Sasha got overlooked a little, but
In
Bianca
their eyes,
is.
it's harder.
Yeah.
It is harder to get seen.
They have to work
We don't see
twice
it,
as
but
hard
yes, we don't see it, but
because
it's
she's
there.
black and she's a woman.
Yes,
She's
Yeah.
got two things working against her.
it's there.
Joe can say, like, in my generation, in our generation, think about it, like Junkyard Dog. You know, he's on all fours
Huge.
barking like a dog. He was
Yep.
never a world champ.
Well, what
Kamala slapping his stomach and didn't speak English.
about Tony Atlas when he got repackaged?
Yeah,
as
Saba Simba
coming in dancing around with a spear,
with a headdress.
calling him a spear thrower. Come
Spear-
on, guys, or spear chucker,
spear
whatever.
chucker.
Yeah, whatever they
Like,
say.
Coco
It's
Beware,
still-
but they were all like
it's ridiculous.
cartoon characters. They were
Uh,
never meant to be taken
Harlem
seriously.
Heat. Harlem Heat's debut in WCW. They were prisoners in chains being brought to the ring by Colonel Robert Parker, a plantation owner type person.
That does not age
Fucking
well.
terrible. I'm glad where we have come in wrestling, but we are not there. Speaking
And,
of wrestling,
and it's funny too because with the history of
Vince McMahon said the
wrestling,
N-word. That's, I mean,
in
Well,
the
so did Booker T.
in the
Booker T's
60s,
allowed to.
and Hogan.
And, well, he didn't do it on TV.
in the
And that was
60s,
just the guy that
it,
was banging his daughter. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
it was a white guy. Jim Cornette talks about him, and he's been mentioned. He's Spudnik Monroe. He used to go into black neighborhoods and stuff when you would get arrested for that stuff. And he did that because at the wrestling matches, they had separated Up top is black
yeah.
fans, down below is white.
Yeah.
And the seats were usually empty below.
Mm.
So he's like, he would go and like have them come in where like
And
you
this is
can't
where
turn them away,
Louisville?
let them fill these seats. And that helped break the segregation
Louisville.
down there. For that.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Well, think about like the character Akeem trying to put that out on TV today.
Well, but hold
Yeah.
on. You're not understanding that in Africa, there are a lot of white people.
yes.
Yes, there is and there's a ton of racism there. We could do a whole podcast about that.
Apartheid.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So
But,
that is
I mean, he was one man gang, and then next week he's discovering his roots
yes.
and he was the African dream. I mean,
But I'm not
Maybe-
going to even call that one out because that was just to piss off Dusty.
yeah, that was a rib
Yeah.
on Dusty.
They're-
But I'm saying if that came out today
Oh,
on
well,
TV,
terrible.
Apollo Crews. I mean, it's not getting anywhere.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
he-
they did something with him, right? I forgot
Going
about
back
that.
to his
Nigerian
roots.
again.
He's-
Nigerian.
yeah, he speaks with an accent now. Remember, he
Yeah.
carried a spear and he had
Yeah,
that Nigerian drum
Like,
match.
in this current time
I
of
forgot about
wrestling,
that.
yeah, in this current time of
So
wrestling,
we're not as far as we think we are.
you can't change people like that because people know they're smart wrestling fans
mean,
now.
I think he is from
Well,
Uganda.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
but
he's-
Because he's
from-
be what Yuha Nation or whatever was his name. but
Okay, but
all of a sudden-
Undertaker's from Texas.
Yeah,
Does he have to be a cowboy?
no, he's from Death Valley.
Nope, he's from fucking Texas.
I know.
So he has to be a cowboy.
Yeah, sure.
But
yeah,
Sean's also
Oh,
from
he was
Texas,
a Texan.
so he also has to be a cowboy.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Austin is also from Texas,
Yeah.
so he has to be a cowboy.
So was Mark
And
Henry.
Billy Gunn, Billy S,
Billy
is
S.
also from
Mr. S.
Texas.
Bill S.
So he
Bill
has
S.
to be a cowboy. And Bradshaw, hell, he was a fucking cowboy.
he's yeah.
Well, Undertaker
But I mean-
was a cowboy in a
He
sense.
was
'cause
a cowboy.
He was like
was-
the
he's a
Undertaker,
biker.
like you would see back in the
when he was
cowboy
Texas
days.
Red. But yeah, so that means all the Canadians.
I don't care where you're from. Yeah, right.
All
All the
Canadians
Canadians have to be hockey players.
They're Eskimos.
But
No, no.
but
God damn it.
Upper Canada near Alaska. There's Eskimos.
black people have done a lot for wrestling in recent years.
Of course. Yes.
It's
I give
definitely
shit to The Rock, but I mean, he's great.
yeah,
That's just a
the
gimmick
great
that
one.
I do.
Yeah.
That's just a bit.
He's working, man.
I love The Rock.
It's all work.
Yeah.
But wrestling is wrestling. You know, now
Yeah.
we don't see different races, different. You know, it's
Well,
wrestling.
You can see it, acknowledge it.
Yeah,
Just
but-
don't treat it differently.
Like I acknowledge Justin as the card god.
Yes.
As we should.
11 boxes total.
And the three of us combined have
Yeah.
found 0.
Yes.
Well,
11.
if you count West, the four of
So-
us combined have found
We,
0.
we have not found a single box. It was all Justin of the All Elite Wrestling cards.
11 cards.
And
11
between
boxes.
Justin, we have the whole base set.
Yes.
So when we're doing shows and such,
Come
even
see us
maybe
if you need anything,
online,
'cause we got plenty.
we will have cards. We will be selling some sets. And we'll still be
Sets,
on the
not
lookout.
sex. I mean,
Sets.
I might be selling sex.
We got an autographed card. We got some memorabilia cards,
I'm not your boy. toy.
some shiny cards. We got everything. So when we're at shows or look on our website, which will be posted in the link down below,
Boom.
we will have cards with us. Speaking of our link, we have a store, an online store, selling figures and some more stuff soon to come, such as cards and magazines and books and whatever. That will also be in the description down below. Again, thank you to IwEP Network. Go check them out. Their link will be in the description. Wrestling. We're gonna be in for some fun times here soon.
Yeah, spring is really picking up.
Yeah.
Spring's got a lot
We're
of things coming up.
almost-
We kind of hibernated all winter, and now we're gonna be out
We're
there.
almost
beautiful
midway
today, yeah.
midway through February.
Yeah.
March 5th, Outbreak Wrestling in New Jersey. The night the bridge was crossed.
I don't want to cross any bridges.
I know it's not wrestling related, but I don't know if we're allowed to say this, but this Sunday's the big game.
Oh yeah, we have to say the
Yeah.
big game.
big
Don't want to
game.
get sued.
The big game.
Don't get sued.
And I'm
Sunday.
taking the
Don't
Rams.
get our shit taken down.
I'm
because
saying
you're
Rams.
the S word.
I'm rooting for the Rams because of Stafford.
I want
Yes,
Stafford.
me too.
Otherwise, I'd root for the
I,
Bengals.
I
Screw the
want
Bengals.
Stafford, but I think Bengals.
Joe Burrow's
Joe?
It's the Rams.
All Rams. There you go.
I'm
Joe Burrow's
I'm going
good,
on
man.
record. I want the Rams. I think Bengals.
I think it'll be a good game either way.
I hope so.
And I've got like $96 sitting in my DraftKings account.
And we're not watching it together this year.
No.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably go. I mean, somebody can come to the club with me.
I can't.
Yeah.
I got my son.
Yeah. Joe, club. Jared's
Maybe.
going to.
It's going to be on
Jared's going to a
Peacock,
party.
so I'll watch it at home on Peacock.
Jared's going to a party. If that falls through, you know where to find me.
Yeah, he can get 2 guests in, so there you go.
Yeah.
People there seem like they have a fun time.
Oh,
too.
you missed it. The AFC game was so much better than the AFC game.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
buy you drinks.
Well, that AFC game took a lot out of people, like emotionally
exactly.
up and
Everybody
down.
left.
Yeah, like, I can't do anymore with this. My heart.
Yeah.
Like,
Big game Sunday. Great halftime show
Also, coming up is Elimination Chamber, right?
in
Next
Saudi
weekend?
Arabia. Yeah.
Fuck them.
that's middle of the week, I think.
We get to see Goldberg.
Fuck it. Don't care.
Goldberg Roman. Yeah.
Hopefully, it's his last appearance.
This is
Goldberg.
Brock's first chamber appearance.
Oh, cool.
Like in the chamber.
Makes sense.
I'm not excited for chamber.
Well, I will
Mania,
watch it.
maybe, but not as much as I was. That'll do it for this week. Enjoy wrestling. Whenever you can, get out and enjoy wrestling.
And go look up Human Tornado
Or anything you enjoy.
because we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was fun. I enjoyed it. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Later.
Did you guys see the sign? Was it